Our second class is entitled The Prayers of the Patriarchs. And we're going to read from Hosea chapter 12, the first 6 verses. Ephraim feedeth on the wind and followeth after the east wind. He daily increaseth lies and desolation. And they do make a covenant with the Assyrians, and oil is carried into Egypt. Yahweh hath a controversy with Judah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways. According to his doings will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God. Yea, he had power over the angel and prevailed. He wept and made supplication unto him. He found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. Even Yahweh, God of hosts, and Yahweh is his memorial name. Therefore, turn thou to thy God, keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thy God continually.
Well, thanks again, Brother Stephen. Brothers and sisters, we've now come to have a look at the life-changing prayers of the patriarchs, but it's pretty obvious to you that we can only take one example from each of these 3 patriarchs in a short session. We're going to try and take the examples that show the life-changing prayers of the patriarchs, and that, of course, has some relevance to ourselves. So, of course, we're going to start with Abraham, the friend of God. 3 times, brothers and sisters, in Scripture, Abraham is described as the friend of God. 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 7, Isaiah 41, verse 8, and James chapter 2, verse 23. Now, we're going to learn something from that particular title of Abraham, the friend of God. Because if Abraham can be a friend of God, so can we. But it requires that we be like Abraham, that we have the faith of Abraham, that we build the kind of relationship with Yahweh that Abraham had. If it was possible for him, then it's possible for you and me. Wouldn't it be a lovely thing when the angel comes to collect us for judgment, as he will, for example, Daniel, whom he will raise from the dead. And the angel, we know what the angel's going to say to Daniel because it's already been said in Daniel chapter 10. Fear not, dearly beloved. In other words, Daniel was a friend of God. Wouldn't it be terrific when the angel comes to our door, brothers and sisters, to collect us for judgment, and we open the door and he says, I've come to collect some friends of God. Wouldn't that be terrific? Well, it can be. But we need, of course, to have the kind of relationship with our God that Abraham had. So what was that relationship like? Now you see this passage that's underlined here in yellow? Whenever you see that on the screen, it means I want you to beat me there. Okay? Genesis chapter 18, if you wouldn't mind. Because it tells us something about the relationship between Yahweh and Abraham. Now this is the case where, of course, the angels have come to give the assurance that there would be a birth of Isaac in due time, in 12 months' time. And then these angels are split up. There's 3 of them. One of them remains with Abraham for a time, and the other 2 are heading on.